Some animals use sound to fly around in the dark.
Some animals use sound to swim around in the water.
Some people use sound to sing in the shower, 'cause it sounds better.
Some people, even a shower don't help.
3, 2, 1. Contact is the secret, is the moment when everything happens. Contact is the answer, is the reason why everything happens. Contact. Let's make contact. 3, 2, 1. Contact.
Oh, no.
Yuck.
That's really great. Hey, do you think you could play a tune with this?
Are you kidding? See if you can guess this.
I know that one. Play it again. If I could talk to the animals, right?
You got it.
So, what do you say? Do you want to shake hands?
Hey, wouldn't it be great if we really could talk to animals?
Shake. How do you do? I talk to animals all the time.
Yeah, well, everybody does, but I mean not using English.
Español?
No, señorita. I mean, wouldn't it be great if we could talk to animals in their own language?
Well, that's easy.
On the island of Hawaii, Dr. Bernd Verzik and his associates are on 24-hour call in order to study the incredible dolphin in the wild.
Come on, the dolphins are out there. Come on, we'll load the box.
A school has been spotted from shore, and we're off. We're taking special microphones which record underwater, so we can listen to the mysterious sounds they make.
Let's get going now, and we'll head out and see what we can find, okay?
Okay, let's go.
For years, people have believed dolphins talk to each other in clicks, whistles, and squeaks. Now they're trying to find out for sure.
Hi, Shore. You spotted any dolphins?
No, not you.
No, we haven't seen any.
People have always loved dolphins because they're so friendly and seem so smart. Their brain, in fact, is as big as a person's. For over 10 years, researchers have been studying dolphins in captivity. They learned that even blindfolded, a dolphin can find its way around by making clicking sounds and listening for the echo as it bounces off objects. This is called sonar. In the dolphin's brain, the echoes become pictures. In a way, the dolphin sees with its ears. And they do this so well that, still blindfolded, they can find a tiny pellet on the bottom of the tank. Their sonar is so sharp that dolphins can tell the difference between a copper plate and an aluminum one. The plates sound different to the dolphins when the clicks bounce off them. This dolphin was trained to touch the copper one on our left. Will his sonar work if we switch the plates? Got it. At the University of Hawaii, dolphin research is being taken a step further. They're trying to communicate with the dolphins using a whole new language. It's a language of electronic sounds played through underwater speakers. For example, the dolphins learn this sound, means ball, and they learn to recognize it. When the dolphin gets it right, he hears a special sound which means yes.
Yes.
And gets a fish.
Fish.
When he's wrong, a buzzer means no. And there's no reward.
Fish diving head ball ever.
Poop. Mouth.
Okay.
It's really the same way you teach your dog. But if dolphins are so much smarter than dogs, maybe someday they'll use this language to talk back to us. If that ever happens, it could open up the secret world of these fascinating creatures. Up to now, we've only studied dolphins in captivity. But what if we could listen to what they have to say while they're swimming in the open sea? And that's just what we're doing here in Hawaii, watching and waiting for the wild dolphin.
Oh, hey, they see dolphins right off the port bow. Looks like about 10 to 15. We're going to go over there and record right now. So this is WXP 5936 standing by.
Secrets would they have to tell us? That's the mystery we're trying to solve here in Hawaii.
Hey, Lisa, could you pick up the hydrophone and string it out into the water?
Okay. Now, what's this going to do?
Well, we're going to be recording the sounds.
Of the dolphins?
Yeah.
How are we going to find out when you hear what they're doing or what they're saying?
Well,
we know what it means?
Well, we want to watch what they do. If they're quiet and resting and they make one sound, we'd like to be able to know what kind of sound they make when they're quiet. Make another sound when they're out eating. Maybe they make another sound when they're playing. So we want to watch what they do.
Weird. What does that mean?
Sounds they're making now, we don't know. We really don't know. A lot of the sounds they make we can't hear.
Why not?
They have better hearing than we do, and they can hear sounds that are much higher than the sounds we can hear.
That's like dogs, isn't it?
Right, right. So the tape recorder is maybe recording sounds that we can't hear right now. Now let's take a listen. You can hear them?
For the moment, wild dolphins are keeping most of their secrets to themselves. But we're also here, waiting to understand and listening to the sounds of freedom.
Sheenie? What are you doing?
Listening to Oscar. But he doesn't have anything to say.
Well, maybe nothing's wrong.
I know. I'll try for a laugh. Hey, Oscar, did you hear the one about the fish who played hooky? Yeah, he wouldn't stay in school, get it? This fish has no sense of humor.
Can't tell from that joke.
I know. I'll try a song.
You mean something from Porgy and Bass?
Holy mackerel.
He says you're cute.
Well, tell him he's fresh.
She says you're fresh. He says, grow up. You wouldn't want a fish that wasn't.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Hey, no conversation over here either. This guy's into a heavy jogging trip.
Hey, I met your cousin the other day.
My cousin? His cousin?
Well, it was either his cousin or a fold-up umbrella.
If you were blind as a bat, you wouldn't be blind at all. In fact, you could even see at night. Today, I'm going to be here at Washington University in St. Louis to find out how bats see with their ears.
This is awful. One of the largest kinds of bat that there are. It's a kind of flying fox. As you see, this one's wingspread is about 3.5 feet. It's a nice, friendly, tame bat that will sit in your hand. They make good pets.
Is this your own personal bat?
This is one of our laboratory mascots. It's a wonderful bat.
Which one of these bats do you use in your research to find out things about them?
All right, we study smaller bats, like the one here. This is a big brown bat, common all over the United States. This one comes from here in Missouri. This bat finds its way around in the dark using sounds rather than using its eyes. The bat can fly 20 or 30 miles an hour through a forest, chasing insects to feed on. The bat makes sounds that travel out from the mouth, bounce off objects, trees or insects, and come back to the bat's ears. And the bat hears the echo the echo of the sound,
Right.
and can tell all it needs to know about the object. It can easily tell a tree branch from a moth, probably one kind of moth from another. It can tell which way the moth is going so that it knows which way to go to catch the moth, all these things. All this happens very quickly. When a bat is chasing an insect, from the time it detects the insect in front of it to the time it closes in and catches the insect is less than a second. When you see a bat flittering around in the sky, changing direction and jerking around, each time they turn sharply, they've caught an insect and they're moving on to chase another.
Really?
All night long. It's amazing.
If I were out in the woods and there was a bat around, what would the sound like that they make?
The sounds that the bat makes, you can't hear. They're inaudible to us. The sounds are too high in pitch. But the bat can hear these pitched, high-pitched ultrasonic sounds very easily.
So if you know all that information already, what are you trying to find out with your experiments?
I want to know how the bat's brain draws the picture of the things in front of the bat using just the sounds. Without any light at all, the bats act as though they can see things, but they use the sounds to get the picture.
How do you do that?
We have a soundproof room in the laboratory. We bring the bats into the room and study them there. This bat has been trained to sit on the platform and make sonar sounds at the objects in front of it to get echoes back. The bat will tell the difference between the larger object and the smaller one from the sounds.
So it sits up there, sends out the ultrasonic sounds, which will bounce off of these objects. It'll go back to the bat, and he'll be able to tell which one is the large one.
That's right. The sounds bounce off the object, and the larger object produces a louder echo.
Then what will it do?
Then it will move forward in the direction of the object that's larger, in this case from here to here.
Oh, I get it.
I think this bat is about ready for the experiment now. Mark, why don't you come around here and get a bat's eye view?
Okay.
I'll switch out the light.
Jim, I can't see a thing.
Well, that would be no problem for the bat. I'll put on a little light so that you can see.
Why is he moving his head back and forth like that?
Well, the bat is looking around with its sounds. It's scanning the objects on the left and on the right.
He's kind of checking things out with sound.
That's right. I guess this bat is ready to do the experiment.
He did it.
Yes, he did.
But how do you know he just doesn't go over to that side?
Well, let's reverse the balls and see what happens.
He still got it. I'm convinced. That's great. Well, I'll tell you, I wish I had some sort of radar so I could walk around at night like that. That's really excellent.
I'm your Science in the News reporter. Ow! Speaking to you from the depths of a pretty dark cave. I'm here today, to talk to some people who really live in the dark. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, I didn't see you there.
Not to worry, I just materialized.
Sir, could you give us a moment?
A moment, a century, eternity, but not now. I must be off. Night work, you know. Talk to my little friend, the bat. In there. Bye-bye.
He's weird.
Hi there, you seem to be a little in the dark. Can I help you?
Well, I hope so, little friend.
You know, you shouldn't be running around in the dark without sonar.
Probably so. When do you expect him?
Sonar, sir, is not a him or a her. Sonar consists of these little sound waves I send out.
I don't hear anything.
Ah, you don't, but I do. Let me demonstrate through the magic of television. Pretend these lines are sound waves. I send them out. And they bounce back off you, giving me a picture of you.
That's fantastic, isn't it, folks? But since I don't have sonar, what do you suggest I do?
Wait for Harvey. He'll be coming through with a guided tour. One other suggestion, though. I wouldn't step forward if I were you. It's a long way down.
Okay, Trini, all the way.
Oh, are you sure you've got your eyes closed?
Have I lied to you yet?
I don't know. You might just be a great liar.
Be quiet. I don't want to hear your voice. Now, that's either you or...
Gotcha.
That's fantastic. How does it work?
Well, the sound comes out here, bounces off of things, and comes back in here. And it plays into my ear so I can hear where things are, even if I can't see at all.
Even if you're blind?
That's right.
Fantastic.
It works with sonar, you know, just like bats or dolphins.
Okay, now one more time, Samantha. Playing with the ball. Good catch. How are you coming along with your cat conversations, huh, Lisa? Not great. Hold it. I think I'm getting something. She says she'd love to be fooling around with that ball, but right now she's just thinking about having kittens, so please excuse her.
Really? Well, ask her how many she's thinking of having.
Somewhere between 1 and 6.
Wouldn't it be great if we could know in advance?
Yeah, it'd be great if people knew, too.
People don't have kittens.
But sometimes they have twins.
What are you coming to the hospital to see? Well, I'm coming actually to find out exactly how old the baby is when I will be delivering. And I guess every mother, it crosses her mind when you start to stretch and get really big, you wonder if there's maybe more than one in there. So just to make sure that well, anyway, to know whether or not I'm going to have twins or just one baby.
Do you think you're going to have twins?
Sometimes when I get kicked out on both sides at once, then I think I am.
Hi, how are you? My name is Dr. Weissman.
Hi,
Lynn?
I'm Linda.
Right.
Okay. My name is Jeannie.
How do you do? Lynn, why don't you come right around here and just step right up on there and sit down on this stretcher. Have you ever had an ultrasound study before?
No, I've never had anything like this.
Well, it's a very simple test, and I'll explain it to you as we go along.
Okay.
Okay? Why don't you just lie down for me?
Okay.
Doctor, before you start, can you explain what ultrasound is?
Well, what we're doing is we're applying this special microphone onto the mother's abdomen, her stomach. And this machine will convert the sound waves into an image that we can see on the screen.
The sound waves turn into a picture?
Right. It's something similar to what dolphins do when they swim or bats do when they fly in the dark. When a bat wants to fly in the dark, he'll send out a sound wave. And the sound wave will bounce back at him as an echo from an object. And by analyzing the echo that comes back at him, he can see where the object is and how far away it is so that he won't bump into it when he gets near it.
Can the baby hear the sound when you put it up against her stomach?
Well, you tell me if you can hear it, okay? I've just turned the machine on. And this is a special microphone that we use.
You have it on?
It's on right now.
But I don't hear anything at all.
That's right. Remember I said we're using sound waves beyond the range of normal hearing. We don't see very much when we hold it in the air, but let's see what we see when we put a fetus underneath it. Ah, what's that?
Oh, I
can see that?
Oh, yeah, moving around.
The head will be here, which we're not seeing, and the feet on this end. Here we have chest. From here to here. These lines are the ribs. And there's the spine.
Uh-huh.
Right here.
And is the heart there?
There.
Oh, I can see it.
See?
Yeah.
There's the
It
fetus's
looks like
heart
it's going
beating.
so fast.
Oh, he moves. He's moving. Right. Oops. Is that a baby?
No,
I saw it on there.
It kicked. Oh, that was a strong one.
It sure was. See? Head is 88 millimeters.
And how do you determine the baby's age by that?
And I can look up and see that 88 millimeters is actually 38 weeks.
So that means I only have 2 weeks left?
Yeah, that's right. That's why your obstetrician sent you in thinking you may have twins, because you're bigger than he expected for your dates. You're actually 2 weeks before delivery.
Oh, my goodness.
Better go home and pack your
I
bag.
know, I didn't even get it ready yet.
Okay, you guys, I bet I can get Pogo to come to me without using English.
Or Spanish.
Or hand signals.
Mm-mm.
What, you got a hamburger in your pocket?
Okay, you guys ready for this?
Then she's got a string around his neck.
Are you guys interested in this experiment or not?
Okay, hit it.
Go ahead. All right. All right. Thank you for coming, Pogo.
I don't believe it.
What is this? I mean, I didn't hear anything. It's a special dog whistle. Humans can't hear it. You mean, you think Pogo's hearing a lot of other sounds that we can't hear?
Probably.
Oh, I hope it's not too noisy in here for you, Pogo.
Whenever there's trouble, we're there on the double. We're the Bloodhound Gang. If you've got the crime, we've got the time. We're the Bloodhound Gang.
The Bloodhound Gang was hired to make sure there was no trickery when Princess Tomorrow predicted the results of a future horse race. Vicky noticed that Professor Diablo had moistened the flap of the envelope with his tongue, but used a sponge to wet the stamp.
From this moment, my hands will not touch the Princess Tomorrow's prediction.
The princess's prediction was sealed in an envelope and mailed to the Bloodhound Agency for safekeeping. Back at the office, Vicky experiments to try to find out what was wrong with the way Professor Diablo handled the envelope the day before. Now for the next episode of The Case of Princess Tomorrow.
It's here!
No one's jimmied the seal. Everything looks on the up and square, Professor.
I remind you, my hands have not touched the envelope, yes? Break the seal. Open the envelope. Last night's newspaper, the results at Emerald Meadows. Read out, please. 8th race.
B flat was the winner. Paid $4.40. Ran it in 1 minute and 42 seconds.
Winner, B flat, 440, 142.
Place and show. Candy stick, La Bruja Blanco.
Candy stick, La Bruja Blanco.
Hey. Right on the butt. You can really do it. Hey, pony up, boys. The little lady here, the princess, might be persuaded to go back into that trance and give us the results of this afternoon's races.
Gentlemen, that would not be proper. This was only a scientific experiment.
Would 25,000 make it proper? Boys, peel off some bank rags. Are you in, Longshot?
I'll pass, Downtown Fats. I never won a dime on a sure thing.
How about you, Diamond Dan?
Help me in.
I'm here.
She may be able to look into the future, but she sure doesn't know Spanish.
What's wrong?
Look at the name she wrote for that horse, La Bruja Blanco. The Spanish endings don't match. It's got to be La Bruja Blanca.
Here you go, Professor. 25,000.
All right, just this once, gentlemen. Kindly be seated.
How about the third race? My felly Crazy Feet's running.
Princess, if you please. Gachibri bimba zimba bimba. Do you see the third race, Princess? Do you see the winners? Let the spirits guide your hand. To win, Hey Bernard III. To show, Crazy Feet. To plays, Storm Along.
Come on, boys, let's get rich quick.
I'd hate to be in your shoes if they get poor quick.
For services rendered.
I'll write you a receipt.
Don't bother.
I insist.
Nothing. Just water.
Look, La Bruja Blanco. The newspaper spelled the name of the horse wrong, too.
You mean Princess Tomorrow predicted a mistake in the newspaper?
But the envelope was sealed hours before the newspaper was printed, Vicky.
She copied it somehow. The whole thing's a fake.
bet they skipped town. Zach, we better hang around here and tail them.
Keep in touch with the office. I'll be stamping envelopes. I think it's got something to do with how they did it. Can the Bloodhound Gang prove it's a swindle? Tune in tomorrow for the conclusion of the case of Princess Tomorrow.
Bats and dolphins use sonar to explore their surroundings.
Today we learned that people can also use sound to see invisible things.
Well, I think I've mastered this instrument. Tomorrow, I think I'll listen to some real music.
KTCA production, Boys with Bats. It's baseball time again, and Channel 2 producer Deanna Camille goes into the field for a poetic vision of what baseball really means to those who love it. Share the romance of Boys with Bats, a special KTCA production tonight at 8.
"321 Contact" is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.